Welcome back to another Hearts of Iron 4 exploit. Today I'm going to be showing you guys two exploits tied into one. First off, how to release yourself if you are a puppet so you can play as something else or a different nation. I think this works in Iron Man mode. I've got it too sometimes. But also, second and more importantly, how to actually free yourself if you are a puppet to begin with. Now, this exploit is kind of complicated. There's two ways of doing it, and it's really the same result, but just different ways the result works. It's really complicated. So first off, you have to be at war with somebody. Second off, I believe you do need the Together for Victory or Death or Dishonor DLC. Whichever one gives you the ability to go to occupied territories, you need one of those. So now back to this and how it works. So as long as you've been in the war a short amount of time, I mean any amount of time whatsoever, you need to get your war score up for anything. You can get it by getting occupation, you can get it through bombing, you can get it through sinking enemy ships, or just taking casualties in the war. After you've been at war for a short time, the AI will actually agree to some of your demands to take territory. So we're going to go ahead and pretend this is up at like 1%, 2%, something like that. Now I have a cheat code on so the AI will agree to any of my requests. So that's not going to affect how the exploit works, but it is going to affect how long we have to sit here. So you can do this with any country as long as those countries are in the same war. So we're going to go ahead and click France as an example. We're going to ask for control of state, and it has to be something they currently occupy. So because this is technically, free France, I guess you could say, or regular France, whatever, we're going to ask for control for the Libyan desert. Now that they've accepted our request, we can click the Libyan desert. You can then go up here to resistance. Now see, as you can tell, we didn't have access to this menu before, alright? If we tried to go to it normally, it's grayed out. But because we have this territory and there's resistance in there, it allows us to open it up. So now what you would do to swap countries is you would find a nation that you find suitable. We'll just go ahead and say Pakistan, because who doesn't want to play Pakistan? I couldn't even say that all the way through. But anyway, so then you're going to uncheck Release as Puppet, and then you're going to click Play As. And now you're going to click Release. And just like that, you have officially become Pakistan. So you can do this as any country. Now, I want to say this before I show you how to free yourself if you're actually the puppet and you want to stay whoever and actually just become free. In this example, if you don't like the person you're playing a multiplayer game with, you could essentially just kind of like figure out the territories that you're going to get when you play that country and just delete literally all the factories outside of that country and then release yourself if you wanted to, which is kind of a meme thing to do. It might get you in trouble in some games, unless it's with a lot of friends, but still, that is one thing you can do. Or you can just start constructing factories in that territory before actually doing this. Now, this is how you free yourself if you're a puppet. So basically, the same rules apply. Now what you have to do is actually make sure that you have claims on the territory that you already have. So for example, if we wanted to become Czechoslovakia again and be democratic, we would need to make sure these territories still show foreign claims and it would show our country. So for example, this happens with France. Same thing. Once Vichy France forms, Free France gains territory cores over here. So it could be done the same way as long as, Germany or whoever actually moved in there and took some of this land first, then you can request it from them and become Free France inside of that territory. But what you would do again is you would just right click your leader, you would request control of state. Let's just request, Danzig. Let's just request Danzig. So they're going to obviously accept. Now that they've accepted, we can do the same thing. We can release ourselves by clicking resistance, release, uncheck release as puppet, click Play As, and just like that, we've essentially just swapped states. So if you did this as France, I would imagine same thing would happen. The free territories that are down here, you would essentially get those, and Vichy France would get whatever you gave Germany. And just like that. And really, you're no longer at war with them either. And it's kind of weird when you do it with France because it forms France and Free France, and it's weird. But yeah, guys, that is two ways you can actually free yourself. And, well, one way of freeing yourself if you're a puppet, and then one way of freeing yourself and just being a total jerk to the guy inside of a multiplayer game. Or just swapping countries in Iron Man mode. It's entirely up to you. So anyway, guys, again, hopefully you guys enjoy this little exploit. I really wanted to thank Hulk Hogan. Wait, what was his name? Hulk Hogan's Python. Oh, wait a minute, I just got that. Thank you, sir, for sending me that information on not Patreon, but Discord. That's a weird little map glitch. Looks like Turkey owns that. Anyway, again, guys, hopefully you enjoyed this exploit. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe if you like HOI4. I will see you guys next time. Stay awesome.